All right, collective reading for all of you, my loves. I'm just connecting to that collective energy, connecting intentionally to everyone here, to anyone that had a question and didn't get it answered, connecting to that ultimate non-physical, beautiful energy of the collective, inviting any of the spirit guides that would like to come through with messages for anyone here whenever they watch this, whenever it's meant for them. Inviting that to come in, connecting to collective energy. All right. Gonna intuitively be guided as always to where the cards would like to be cut. All right. I'm thinking we're gonna do a bit of a 3-card spread here. All right, producer not Pat, let's get a shot. Low battery. All right, that's fine. You don't have to put that. You can bring that back up. We have a low battery. It's because it's probably so hot in here. Okay. We have, what order were they in? They were like that. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. We have the 6 of Discs or Pentacles and the Hierophant for you guys. So I'm going to go through this. Obviously, we don't have our other camera, so I'm going to go through this with you guys here. Okay. Ace of Swords with that 6 of Discs here is really telling me that, like, again, it seems like there's a lot of mind involvement here. A lot of you are being called to really focus on those things that you've been putting off, those things that you don't quite know what they are because you've been so wrapped up in the emotions. And like, we're inside Cancer season. It makes sense. You know, all of that is kind of coming to the forefront. We've had the eclipse, we've had the retrograde, we've had lots of time for processing those emotions, lots of time for dealing with the way we were feeling, like it, and we're still doing that, but you're being really called to pull that back for a minute and really focus on your mind, because you have programming inside of you right now that is not in alignment and not resonating with where you're headed and where you're going. And the universe is coming in right now and being like, listen, my babe, you need to think. You need to come in with this big old Ace of Swords energy and just cut that fat right off and be like, I am done with this. And no more of this cloudy, like misunderstanding, miscommunication. Again, that Mercury in Gemini square Neptune in Pisces on July 6th could be leading to some of this, right? No more of that fog, no more of that mental overwhelm, because you're being so clouded between you know what everybody's expecting of you, or what's happening, or how you're feeling, or how you're processing things, and then making decisions and acting based on that. It's like that is, you're really being called to pull up that brake, whatever, like, what's the brake in the middle of the cars? Is like an air brake? What is that? Whatever that is, like, pull that e-brake up. That's what it is. Pull the e-brake on the emotions right now and be like, I'm reacting. And I can see that. So all of these decisions, all of these situations, everything that I'm engaging in right now, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, I'm reacting emotionally right now. You're being called to pull yourself back out of that a little bit and discipline that mind so that you can see things with a little bit more clarity. I'm getting grounding messages as well, like just like connecting yourself to the earth, trusting that the earth has you. You're not going to fall through. Trusting that it's cradling you, that it's got you. You're there. You're grounded. You're rational. You're logical. You can look at things through that clear, unfogged clarity lens of your perception. And as you widen that perception, especially with this 6 of Pentacles or discs, whatever you want to call it, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of discs, six of coins, whatever you're trying to accomplish, like, you're going to succeed with that. But you're going to succeed once you really bring in that disciplining of the mind. And then, like, the Hierophant here just confirming that for you as well. It's like, you may not be enjoying this. You may not be wanting to be in the structure of the mind and really disciplining, because it can be exhausting, because it can be difficult work, because it can be like frustrating, and just like you want to scream because you're like, I'm so emotional, or this is making me angry. And it's like, no, you're pulling yourself back out of those emotions so that you're no longer reacting, you're responding to dealing with the shit that ego has been keeping you in for so long, trying to keep you small, trying to keep you safe, trying to keep you stuck, when you're being called for bigger things. There are some aspects to routine here that you are being called to embrace. And I think there is some of you who are having this mindset of like, nothing good, nothing special, nothing amazing comes out of the routine. Like, I want this beautiful, passionate, driven life. And it's like, yeah, do you know what comes out of routine? Progress, success, stability, rationalization, mental clarity, self-care. This, like, the routines that you're being really called to kind of pay attention to right now are like, I'm just trying to, like, I'm ahead of myself right now, and the messages are coming in. You're really being called to take a step back, pull that back, and set up those routines and set up the structure and almost like conform to it. And you may not like it. I'm a free spirit. It's summer. I want to be wild. I want to do this. Or like, I've spent so long doing what everybody else asked me to do. Now it's time for me to do what I want to do. And it's like, okay, you can do that, but let's do that in the healthiest way possible, because you're pulling back and you're like, okay, I know that if I wake up every morning and I journal and I meditate and I exercise, my day is set up for so many better successful opportunities for me to be my best self, right? That routine is what you're being called to be in. And those routines could be spiritual practices. They could be physical practices. They could be mental practices of that disciplining your mind and really taking us like a big stance in doing some of that heavy work around your thought processes, your default beliefs, your default patterns of behavior, of things that you hold as truth, really going in and unpacking those and doing some work around that so that you can be successful and so that you can offer more to other people again, because right now you might be feeling drained. So you're setting that up by really conforming to the structures and the routines, and a lot of that can be spiritual practices, and you're not bending them. You're not being wishy-washy with it. Like, you're not being like, oh, well, it's fine. Like, I journaled today. Like, I wrote 3 words down. Like, it's fine. It's like, no, you need to sit down and you need to write some shit out, and you need to sit down and have a bath, and you need to stay still for 5 seconds and just allow yourself to reset. Like, all of those spiritual practices. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. It did in my mind while I was saying it, but it was coming in so quick. I don't remember a lot of what I was saying, but I feel like it made sense. So that is that. I will clip that collective reading out for you, my loves, and post it on our YouTube page. If you don't follow the rattle one right there, rattle one. If you don't follow or subscribe to our YouTube page, I would sure be grateful if you could. I post lots of stuff up there for you guys after the lives, usually the next day. And we are working on some other content as well that's going to be exclusive to the YouTube page, so I'm excited about that. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Instagram and Facebook, Tarot by Anneille,